Hello and welcome to Thirsty Thursday edition of Daily Quests.
Yes.
Yeah. And well, this is the first time I am co-anchoring with the V herself. It's really a privilege.
Really?
I'm honored. Yes.
Oh, I'm really honored too. What are you trying to say?
You know why I said that? Because she's our phonetician general.
So, but you are
honestly,
I'm also a
yes,
presenter.
but I know what I'm saying. Among pastors, there are pastors. So,
oh, good morning, everybody. If you're in Nigeria, if you're not, good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are all over the world, and you're welcome to Daily Quest here on Salvation TV. My name is Vivian Unebu, and I have with me today not Awani, not Trisha, but
Ekpawadi Ineme. Welcome to Daily Quest.
Yes, I'm sure you've been seeing her on Mondays and also on Tuesdays.
Exactly.
Sometimes, right?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. On Fridays.
Fridays too.
Sometimes.
Okay, so now you've seen her today, Thursday. Fortunately, you know, I mentioned sometime last week that we're having some bells
ringing.
Yeah, and so because of that, that's why one of us is absent today. And I really miss her. If you're watching,
honestly,
I miss you. I hope you're going to be around next Thursday.
I sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So, like you know, Daily Quest is a program brought to you by Salvation TV to teach you, educate you, entertain you, and inform you on things that can help you in life, in your business, in your career, in your religion, whatever area that you find yourself or you want to have a difference on. That is what Daily Quest is here to do. We help you out every day, and we always have wonderful topics, impactful topics that will make a difference. Okay, and today we're going to be having that special topic that I know that everyone needs to hear about, everyone needs to know about, everyone needs to do something about it, and that is solving problems. Okay, now you find out that when people talk about solving problems, say, which problem now? No, they just look at it as normal word like that. No, solving problems is actually very, very deep.
Very deep.
Very deep, because in a way that actually makes you who you are. That makes you stand out. That makes you being identified. Okay?
Exactly.
Now you said something earlier. I said, I see our phonetician here.
Yeah.
I solve a problem. And that's the problem of helping people learn how to speak proper English. And because of it, that's made me who I am today. So for people that know me, they're like, oh, speak right. Why? Because I'm a problem solver. Now you see David Ibiyeomie, people say, oh, Papa. He's solving a problem. An emotional problem. He's solving a problem by giving you spiritual problems, by guiding you, teaching you spiritual principles that can help you. So he's solving a problem, and that's making him who he is today. He's making an impact in our generation. Right. So the question I need to ask every one of you out there today, what problem are you solving? What problem are you solving? Because if you're not solving any problem, then you are nobody.
Exactly.
You are nobody. For you to be somebody, you have to be able to solve problems for people. So if you're not doing that, or if you think you've not been able to find out what kind of problem do I need to solve, this program makes sure you don't go anywhere. Sit down, listen, and learn. And be also entertained too.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
We entertain you.
Yes. So let's start with the
problem solver.
Yes.
Who is a problem solver, or what is problem solving? Problem solving is when you provide a solution to a particular issue, a mind-boggling challenge, something that seems like a mountain before you, and somebody comes, you're panicking, you're shouting, you're jittering, and then somebody comes and tell you, calm down, this is the way to go about this. A problem solver is someone who provides a solution to a particular issue at hand.
Yes.
It can be relationship issue, it can be a spiritual issue, it can be family problems, it can be anything. The aboki you see on the streets that hits his box and polishes your shoe,
yes,
is solving problem.
Solving a problem.
In case you don't have a polish in your house, and then you hear him hitting it and he's passing by, you need to go out and you must look good. You call him, he has solved your problem.
Yes.
So which problem are you solving? Like Mrs. V said, you must be a problem solver. It's not for a particular set of people. It's just for everybody. You just need to solve a problem. Wherever you are, in the smallest corner of your house, you need to solve problems, so that when you solve problem, of course, you know what it is now. Something follows solving problem. So solving problem basically is when you provide solution to a pending issue, to a challenge, to something that is troubling somebody. It can be a society, it can be for the country. You
Yes.
provide solution. And that reminds me of what Papa did some years back when we had the insurgency problem, the militancy problem in the Niger Delta. He provides solution.
Yes.
And today we're not hearing that.
By
He
introducing
has solved that problem.
What's it called now?
The pay
Amnesty. Yes.
Yeah.
And he also gave a particular mind-blowing
Blowing.
problem solving in when it comes to our economy. He talked about Nigerian talking about farming, but Nigerian who have way gone past farming. Now Nigerians sell crude oil. We send crude oil outside the country for it to be refined and
back to
brought
us.
back to us. And you find out that here in Nigeria, in as much as we have crude oil here, is actually so expensive, even more than those countries. They don't have crude oil in their country, and yet we have lots and lots of lands.
materials.
We have refineries everywhere. Why can't we do that ourselves? People come to Nigeria, they buy crude oil, they take it outside the country, they refine it, they use the byproducts, they get byproducts from this crude oil, they bring it back to us and sell it to us at a very expensive price.
Nice.
You buy crude oil for, let's say, $120 or $20 per barrel, and you take it back, and 1 barrel of crude oil can give you, let's say tires, because we have byproducts of crude oil. We have
Exactly.
tires, we have hair extensions.
Exactly.
Yes, we have plastics. You find out that plastic plates, plastic spoons, even plastic
so
chairs. Yes, jelly too.
Jelly, yeah.
Vaseline.
Vaseline
So
we
many
use.
byproducts of crude oil. Now you find how many of these products are produced here in Nigeria? How many? I think like, let's say 0 point something. There's 0.23. But you find out that those people come to Nigeria, buy this crude oil at a very cheap price, take it to their country, refine it, produce a byproduct, bring it to Nigeria, and they sell to us at a very expensive price. And they're making more money.
Because those people see the opportunity.
Because
we
they see the problems. Yes. Now, I also want to talk about Tommy Hilfiger. He said there were two
Yeah.
friends. They went to India, and they got to India. They came down, and one of his friends was like, see, this country is so poor. It's so poor. They don't wear slippers. Everybody walking barefoot.
Barefoot.
And Tommy Hilfiger saw it as
Opportunity.
an opportunity. Why? Because he wanted to solve a problem of the barefoot problem in India. What did he do? He went back to America, produced shoes, slippers at a very cheap amount, brought it back to India,
And made
and made
money.
a whole lot of money. So what problem have you solved? Because the problem you solve will determine who you are.
Exactly.
Yes. And I also want to mention something. Now, being the problem solver, it's not an ability. I want you to look at it this way. It is not an ability. It's a whole new way of life. You should look at it as a way of life. In the Japanese Prime Minister, some time in 2007, he decided to change the educational system from the pattern of education from memorization focus to problem solving education. Okay, so you find out that so many students today, they go to school just to memorize, write exam, and
produce
pass.
it and pass.
Yes. Some of them sit down, they cram. Exams are coming soon. And you find out some people will sit down.
Cram to pass.
Oh, I need to memorize this chapter 2. I need to memorize this chapter 3. Oh, my teacher says chapter 2 will come out. No, that's not enough, because that's not going to help the child tomorrow.
Exactly.
But when you make the children change the educational system from being a memorization pattern to problem solving pattern. Imagine the kind of products you'll be bringing out from schools. we have a lot of, sorry to say, but I don't know how to put it.
Put it just that way you want to put it.
Products that are
Spit
not
it out.
capable.
Okay.
You have a lot of graduates out there that are not capable. They don't know anything. They can't do anything. Yet they made 2-1. Yet they made first
When
class.
it's time to make the proof.
Why?
To
Because
surprise
they
you.
just went there to memorize and pass exams. And they come out to the real world, they can't solve any problem. So, you need to teach a child, imagine teaching a child from the first stage,
crèche.
from the crèche to the upper primary, the secondary, the tertiary institution. Imagine teaching them how to solve problems. Tell them you are going to solve this and this problem. So every day, make sure you find out that today or this week or for the term, the challenge is what problem are you going to solve in your environment, at home, in school, in your worship place. What kind of problem will you solve? And I think you get better graduates if we do that. If we're able to change our mindset. Problem solving is not an ability, it's a mindset.
I was going to come to that when you said that.
Yes.
Like when you said he changed, the Prime Minister changed the pattern of education, and I was like, if you want to change this pattern, it begins with changing the orientation of people. That's the mind.
Exactly.
And you just said it.
Exactly. So that was what I was trying to say. Problem solving doesn't start with, and they say be a problem solver. No, it starts with the mind. You have to tell your mind, this is what I'm going to do. And you find out that in Japan, I think you have the youngest or the richest. You find out that there are so many billionaires, so many young people that are well-to-do. They have so much money. Exactly. At 21, you see
and
someone,
a
CEO. Yeah. Now you find out that at 30, they're already moved global. Now, why is that? Why can't we do that? If they can do that, why can't we do that? In Japan, in China, that's because they've changed. They started working on the mindset of these children at a tender age. But it's quite unfortunate that some countries, they start learning how to solve problems when they have already graduated from the college.
That's pretty too late somehow.
Yes. So it's not just well, we thank God here in Nigeria we have a wonderful government. Very wonderful government. They don't really they think about the educational system. God will help us.
Amen.
But I think as parents, as mothers, as sisters, as uncles, I think we should start grooming our children from a tender age, groom our nieces and nephews from tender age to learn how to solve problems. To learn how to solve problems. That will make that child, imagine a child knowing what you knew at 35. That child will be able to achieve more than you've achieved before 30, more than what you've achieved in 40 years.
And then it makes them responsible too.
Yes.
When you already know that at this age you have a problem to solve.
That's one of the benefits, yes.
You become very responsible.
Very.
Because everything you're doing, you're focused. You're working towards something that you want to achieve. So it makes them very responsible.
I always use this illustration every time this comes up. Okay. I say if you go out in the morning, you wake up in the morning, you have your bath, and you dress up, your makeup looks so wonderful, like Waju looking right now.
Like she's looking good too.
And you come out of the house and you just stop a taxi and say, taxi! You go in and you don't tell the taxi your destination.
He will drive you around town.
What will the taxi do? It will take you round and round
and keep going around.
Yes. So you don't wait till you're 30 or 25 or 20 to know your destination. Imagine if a child at 16, 12, 10 already knows that this is where I want to go to. Oh my God. Before that child will be 20, that child will already
already established.
Very, very established. There are lots of CEOs in Japan, in China, that are less than 20 years. How do they make that happen? If you come to colleges, any school you come to in America or in UK where you have a Chinese student, a Japanese student, they are always the best. Like, they can't, even if they have 90%, they'll be so sad. They'll be so sad. Why? Because they are already focused. The way they, oh my God, we need to learn how to work on the mind of our children. Do you know, as a child, if you get a year-old child and you show a year-old child how to read, you start exposing a year-old child things that are so big, the brain of that child is even more capable as that of an adult to pick up anything that they're exposed to. Yes, anything that they're exposed to. But you know, we think that, oh, this thing is too much for this child. It's just a child now. No, this thing is too big for this child to know. That's not true. The child's brain is so sharp that no matter the environment you expose the child to, the child will be capable of grasping it. Yes. So please, I need us to start changing the mindset of our children to stop being problem solvers. Teach them how to solve problems at home.
Okay, I think I'll come in on that. When you talked about the educational system, it has a lot to do with that.
Yeah.
Because here we do more of theory.
Yes.
And then over there, like you said, they do more of practical. You can imagine somebody is going in for computer science.
Yes.
And you don't even know the parts of the computer. They've not dismembered it and asked you to assemble it.
Exactly.
For once, you've not been to the computer lab, yet you're studying computer. And then when you come out of school, they give you just one cell phone. You're not able to operate it.
Exactly.
You don't know where to send a message. You don't even know where to make a call. You are asking, how should I go about this? This is so sad.
So sad.
So sad.
I wish we'll get there soon. That's why I'm really aiming to get to that position where I make a change in the educational system in this country, because we need to learn from others. What makes them better? Why are children in this environment, why are they better? Now, I don't know why I keep on talking about this man, but I need to mention it because, you know, when I read it, it was mind-blowing. He said he carried out an experiment. He brought children in the primary session. He told them, okay, so you're going to do this. We're going to solve problems. How are we going to do that? We're going to solve problems. He said he got a van. He made the van in form of a mobile food van.
Delivery van.
No, store kind of. Okay. He made the van, created it in the form of a restaurant.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I've watched that movie.
It's not okay. I read it though.
Yeah.
So
what's the movie?
He created the van to be in form of a restaurant, and he got children. He had like 3 vans. So he had Group A, Group B, Group C. In Group A, he had 10 kids. Group B, 10 kids. Group C, 10 kids. So the job of those children is to choose the environment. Okay, first of all, they will choose what to prepare every day, what will be on their menu for that day, where they will go to sell the food for that day, how much it will go for. So now they're teaching the children to make decisions based on their target audience.
Exactly.
You can't sell candies. You can't sell candies in that vendor and go to office areas to sell. You will make money. But if you have candies, you have ice creams, you take that van to school environment. You sell so much
more.
So now at tender age of 10, 12, 11, the children are already thinking,
calculating,
what is our target audience? Now, if our target audience is children, kids, what are we going to prepare? Okay, as a child, I know children love ice creams, they love candies, they love biscuits,
they love chocolates.
They love chocolates, and okay, this is what we're going to prepare. The Group B can say, okay, our target audience will be mommy and daddy in the offices. What are we going to prepare? We can make burgers, you can make rice, you can make fries, and they know that, okay, we're taking this to this area. Okay, the Group C can say, our target audience will be in the market. I know in the market people walk around and they're so tired, and they can't sit down to eat, so they need quick food. They need food they can eat while they move around. So they can package food in such a way that someone can come easily pick up and eat and continue the shopping.
The shopping, yeah.
Now you find out that these children, you're engaging their minds. They are thinking.
They're
It helps
thinking.
them become responsible. It helps them
Exactly.
become good leaders. Because amongst them, they know, okay, I have to be a good leader to know this. It helps them become good decision makers.
Yeah.
You find out that children, some of them can't even decide, for what shoe am I
What
going
they
to wear
want,
today?
yeah.
What am I going to do today? But if you put children in this kind of practical, okay, so he said he did this, and he found out that the kids that he used for those practical work, they were far
Very
better
smart
than the other ones that they were just taught theoretically.
Exactly. That's the foundation.
Okay, now you find out that the child, what he has practically done, it's already here. He can never forget. His child has been developed in leadership, developed in decision making,
Decision making.
developed in thinking
Sense of responsibility.
3, 4, 5 steps ahead of, because you have to sit down in the morning and think ahead, like, how do I want this day to be? How am I going to make it happen?
How do I achieve this?
How do I achieve this? What are the things that are going to affect me, so you'll be able to get the solutions
to solve, yeah,
before
time?
before time. It's mind blowing.
Very mind blowing.
It's mind blowing. I read it
Honestly.
and I'm like, wow. Every day we learn. We need to teach our children how to be problem solvers.
problem solvers.
That will help them live a better life tomorrow. We say children are leaders of tomorrow, right? Now you see a president come out. The president, what is your job? I'm a politician.
It's not a career. Sometimes
Is politician a career? Is he a career?
It's a career.
Is he a career? I don't know.
I don't know. I wish someone can help me answer
Donald
that.
Trump is a president, but he's a businessman.
Yeah.
So how can you call yourself a politician?
A career
What is the
politician.
job there? What are you doing? For crying out loud, you know?
Periodically, that's when you come up and then you mobilize people.
Oh, every 4
Honestly,
years.
Every 4 years.
After 4
In this
years,
part of the world.
after the election,
You go into extinction.
You go into extinction. Your brain will be dormant
It's very dormant.
till the next 4
4
years.
years.
Are you kidding me? Then how do your family feed? Oh no, we need to develop. We need to develop. Oh.
Honestly, all of this has to do with the mind.
The mind.
Please,
Yes.
the mind is the seat of knowledge.
We need.
If you must succeed, you need your mind.
We need
If you
it.
must be a problem solver, you really need to change your mindset.
Yes.
Honestly, move away from the theoretical aspect to the practical aspect. Face life and the reality of it. Wake
Yes.
up, please.
Okay, so I think we've been talking too much. So tell us, give us examples because.
Okay, we have numerous examples of problem solvers.
Yes.
Okay, let's start with the one you know. David Ibiyeomie.
Oh yes.
David Ibiyeomie is a problem solver. I can't even, it's not a particular problem he solves. He doesn't just solve spiritual problem. Like every one of you know him, that he's solving our spiritual. That's the most important one. But then he solves other problems, like the solution he provide for the Nigerian government.
It's not a spiritual problem.
It's not just a spiritual. It's
It's an economical problem.
It's an economic. Yes.
And
A national problem. But
Yes.
and this problem, you understand, something happened in providing solution to that particular problem. There was a confab, if you remember, and then elder statesmen from different parts of the world, different regions, converged
Of the
in
country.
Abuja, and then these people were really, they took care of them with bags. You understand what I mean? And at the end of the day, those solutions they provide, nothing happened. It was the same one that this very man of God provided that solved the problem. Today we're not experiencing militancy in Niger Delta. So you can see the one that's close to you. If you're in this part of the world, you know Pastor David Ibiyeomie.
If they're not, they know.
If you don't know, you know.
all over the world.
You know. I'm sure you know.
Okay, now
Even
now,
if you don't know by face, you know by the
Let's
name.
go to the spiritual
Spiritual
part.
aspect.
Spiritual part of it. Now, David Ibiyeomie solves our spiritual problems in the sense that you find out that sometimes you come to the church, your heart is so heavy, you're so depressed, you're so sad. Probably you didn't have a good day at job, at work, or your business not going the way you expected, or one thing or the other. And you come and all of a sudden you find out that you become very energetic.
You're lifted.
Yeah, you become very happy. How did that happen? That's through God's servant David Ibiyeomie, because he speaks to you through the word of God. It speaks to your soul. And once it speaks to your soul, it makes a great difference. You find out that you become happy. Even when there are these problems, it reminds you of the word of God that says you should not be weary because God is always with you. He said one with God
is with majority.
So if God is the owner of heaven and earth, he said the earth is of the Lord and the fullness thereof. And he said you are the apple of his eyes. You are his. He said you are engraved in the palms of God. He gives you these words and you sit down like, oh my God. So if God says he knows the number of hair in my head, do you know number of hair in your head?
That's right, I don't. I can't even imagine
now,
that.
He knows the number of hair in your head. He said even before you were born,
he knew you.
He knows who you are. He already knows that there's somebody like you coming out. So how can you be bothered because something is disturbing you? How can you be bothered when you know that the King of Kings and Lord of Lords is behind you, is in front of you, is inside of you,
he's
for you, he's with you,
and he's in you.
He's in you. So how can you be bothered? So when you come to church and you hear words like this and you be lifted, you'll be like, oh my God, who is that devil that wants to stop me?
Now you wear a new look, waiting to confront that challenge.
He said that when the enemies shall come like a flood, he will raise the standard against them. Who is that devil? Who are you?
When you're a chosen generation,
when you're a chosen
royal
priesthood,
a peculiar person,
Hmm.
the joint heirs of God.
Who is that person?
I wonder.
That wants to stop you in your business. That is the kind of problem David Ibiome solves.
So,
yes, because you come back and you go happy. So in other words, I want to say that today we have two awesome services.
Exactly.
4:30 and 6:15. Make sure you don't miss any. Probably you're passing through one challenge or the other, one thing or the other. You're not happy. Something is not going as you expected to. Make sure you're part of this service. So David Ibiome can solve that problem for you. God can solve it through David
Ibiome, yeah,
for you.
exactly.
Okay? So make sure you don't miss today's service.
Even if you're not having these challenges, this period we are in this part of the world, you just need to be a part of today's service so that it will cover you for the weekend. You know what I'm talking about.
No,
you
tell
need
them.
Oh,
election.
We have
the
Nigerian election on Saturday. This will be the 23rd of February 2019. So for you to travel in confidence,
in this country.
We need peace. You just need to be a part of today's service. Don't miss it.
Don't miss
Remember,
it
it's the last service before the elections.
Yes.
So you really need it. And you know it's communion service.
Because you
need the blood to cover you as you travel to cast your votes.
Okay, I think we've been talking and we forgot to go on a break.
Okay.
Iwaje, welcome to Thursday. Okay, so we'll be going on a short break. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll tell you the importance of problem solving and steps on how to solve problems. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hello, welcome back to Daily Quest, Thursday edition of Daily Quest. And I've been having a swell time. Trust me, I've been learning a lot from Mrs. V. I have been learning. Honestly, I have. I've been blessed too. Don't forget that. So if you're just joining us, this is Daily Quest and we've been talking on be a problem solver. Which problem are you solving? Remember, whichever problem you solve, you're rendering service.
Yes.
Any problem you solve, you're rendering service. Whether at the workplace, in the marketplace, whether just there at the park when we're traveling, you see the bus conductor telling you, get into the bus, pack your bag this way. He's solving problems somehow. So which problem are you solving? Feel free to share with us. We want to hear from you. We want to hear your comments. We want you to share your experience with us. Our numbers are on your screen. Send us a message through our WhatsApp line and we will read it here live. And you never can tell, somebody will be learning from what you have just shared.
Yes.
So we welcome your comments and your suggestions.
Or any questions that you have pertaining to the topic. God will help us to answer it. Okay, so briefly, if you're just tuning in, I just want to have a little run through of what we've been talking about so far. So we said solving problem means finding an answer or solution to a problem or to a challenge that you are passing through, probably in your business, in your career, in your family, in your education, you're having one challenge or the other. It's the ability now to find a solution to that particular challenge. That is what problem solving is. So being a problem solver is being the person or the channel which you through the which the problem is solved. Okay, now we talked about the educational system. If we can change the educational system from being
Theoretical.
yes, theoretical to more of a practical part. It shouldn't be just memorizing, cramming and all that. No, it
Read to
should
pass.
not just focus on that. Also focus more on problem solving, because that is what the real life is all about. The cramming and the theory, it's not going to help children. It's not going to help us when we come to the real world. What will help you is solving a problem. A lawyer is solving a problem. A doctor is solving a problem. A pastor is solving a problem.
And you are solving a problem.
Yes, I'm solving a problem.
Exactly.
Because I'm passing this information to you
across
today.
to you.
Yes. Even a musician is solving a problem. Some of you imagine a world without music. I can't even begin
the world
to
will be
imagine.
so bored.
So everyone is not
So
meant to
bored.
be medical doctors
Yeah,
or
lawyer,
or
engineers.
We have artists. We have a
We
musicians.
have the architects. They are solving
Yes.
problems.
So we should be able to change our educational system more of teach them more of solving problems. And we said that being a problem solver is not an ability. It is a thing of the mind. So you have to change your mindset to being a problem solver. Live as a problem solver and you'll be the best. And we also went ahead to talk about examples of people, problem solvers. We said David Ibiome, he's a spiritual problem solver. And not just spiritual, sometimes he solves economical problems.
Exactly.
Yes.
Educational problems.
Educational
security problems.
Good. Sometimes financial problems, DIF.
Yeah.
Yes, David Ibiome Foundation. He solves the problem of parents, widows,
Skill
orphans. He gives them scholarship for education, skill acquisition. In fact, that's what the solving problem, the problem solving thing.
Solving problem of unemployment.
Unemployment. He does a lot. Okay, and briefly, I want to talk about Joseph and the Bible.
Exactly.
Joseph solved the problem of food preservation, and that made him become a prime minister in a state or a country that doesn't even belong to him.
Exactly.
He's not. He was moved. He was moved from a prison
to a prime minister.
to the White House. Let me use the White House.
Yeah, the White House.
Or to Aso Rock. Yes. So imagine moving from prison to White House. Oh wow. So what kind of problem will you solve that will move you from one place
to another,
to the highest
to the
place?
top?
Now let's talk about Daniel, also in the Bible. Daniel solved the political problems. That is why he reigned for 4 regimes. Four.
That never happened.
Imagine 4. Okay, like this country, we have every 4 years we have
We have
elections.
just 2 regimes.
So 4 times 4. That's like 16,
That's 16 years, yeah.
Imagine that. 16 years. It's only someone that is a problem solver,
They can
a
last that
genuine problem solver, not those old people that can't even talk. That talk about corruption. We deal with corruption in this country. Not just those people.
What are you doing to fix the corruption? What's causing the corruption?
You say corruption. I say, my fellow Nigerians, the corruption of this country,
The unscrupulous.
You know, so what are you doing to solve the corruption
Where are the
problem?
proceeds from the corruption?
You're solving
problem?
corruption problem. Poverty is everywhere. So we have to solve poverty problem. It's not just corruption problem. We have to solve what?
Poverty problem.
Poverty problem.
Unemployment problem.
And a problem.
Health problems. Educational problems.
So Daniel was relevant because he was solving all this problem, not just the corruption. He was also
We need food.
all of them. So you have to solve different kind of problems to be relevant in your place of work.
Exactly.
Oh, Jay is laughing. Okay, so a food vendor is solving a problem.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you're in a workplace right now, it's almost 12 o'clock, and I know it's lunchtime. You wouldn't want to go so far, and you didn't have the time to prepare food for yourself this morning before going to work. You come out of your office, and you just go to the closest
Somewhere,
food
just
vendor. She's solving a
you.
problem, or he's solving a problem. Okay? Now, the cobbler man is solving a problem. Like you mentioned earlier, he's repairing your shoes. Okay? A vulcanizer is solving a problem.
Your car
Now, I
problem.
remember one time I had a flat tire, and I was passing through this GRA. It was so difficult for me to find a vulcanizer. I had to drive with my flat tire a very far distance
very
before
risky.
I could get a vulcanizer. So, you know, you look at different jobs like, oh, this problem, but they're solving a problem. Okay? So no matter how little it might seem, as far as you're a problem solver, you can make it in life. You will make it, not even can. You will definitely make it.
It's a sure thing that if you solve a problem, you will make it. And that brings me to a quote by our pastor David Ibiumie.
Yeah.
He said, the problem you solve determine your worth.
I mean, your worth, exactly. Exactly. So if you don't solve problem, you become worthless.
Yeah, of course.
Solve problem, become
And your value increases.
value. You
More
become
money.
valuable. Yes, and more money in your pocket. So I think that leads us to the benefits of
Benefits, yeah.
solving problems.
Okay, when you solve problems, you have enormous benefits. A whole lot of benefits when you solve problems.
Pedicure.
Call the amount. Oh my goodness.
Just
I
for
shopped
pedicure.
just for pedicure.
Yes.
And then he gained that amount. If he was sitting down somewhere not solving problems, he would get that amount. But probably be praying every now and then. He comes to church, his prayer point is, oh God, give me a miracle job. But then he solved a problem. And another one, the problem of that tailor. You know, he had many people coming to take his measurement, and at the end of the day, it's either
make
he's
the
oversized
cloth,
or
yes,
undersized. But a
undersized.
particular one came and took it, and it was perfect.
Yes.
And then he
solved
paid more
more than.
the designer charged him.
Yes.
So you can see how solving a
go
problem
to,
will
if you
increase.
go to a restaurant and you eat a delicacy that was so sumptuous, oh my God, I'm thinking of food right now.
You will bless the person.
You with the tip you
I'm
give to
telling
the
you.
person.
Take
Thank you
this.
so much. This
Honestly.
ewedu and amala was you will give solve problem.
You know where you go now? Lunchtime is here. Go to one corner and eat that delicious food, and then just say thank you with that small.
If
I'm telling
you follow
you.
Mrs. Vivian, you will talk and talk. Let's go back to the benefits of solving problems.
Okay. Benefits, favor with God and man.
Yes, just like you were
And my hair is this
And
part.
she gave me baby hair.
So she's solving a beauty problem.
Yes.
And then she's getting more money. God is blessing her.
Yes.
So that's how it is. If you're solving a problem somewhere, God
You
will
get
increase
favor.
it. You will be favored. Because what you do, where man they work now, we're in the shop.
Yes, now.
That's his
Walk
workshop.
chop. Walk chop. So if you don't walk, no
No
chop.
chop.
Papa said, somebody asked him one day, Papa, have you shop? Papa, have you chop? He told them, no,
No,
I have not chop. So if you don't walk, you will not chop. Okay, that leads me to the next point.
Okay.
Now, solving problems, it helps you learn new skills.
Exactly.
You find out a lot of people out there, your work, not just learn new skills, it helps you being promoted. Okay, solving problems can make you be promoted. Why? You hired a clerk in the office, and you find out that this clerk is not just doing his job as a clerk, but is actually doing the managerial job in the office.
well.
What happens? You would want to promote that person. Now, the person gets a promotion, not just that. The person probably didn't do anything that's related to managerial job, but because he is trying to solve the problem, the managerial problem you're having in your organization,
Exactly.
he goes back to learn how to be a good manager. So solving the problem, first of all, he had the desire to solve the problem. And secondly, he went to learn more about solving this managerial problem. And he went ahead to solve the problem. And what happens? You as the boss, you're like, oh my God, this clerk is doing this job so well. And what happens? You give him a promotion from a clerk to a manager.
The manager.
So if you're a clerk today or you're a substitute teacher today and you're still there, you've been doing that for 5 years, my friend, wake up. Wake up. I'm waking you up now, the alarm. Wake up. There is no demon for your village that is making you remain
Honestly,
a
they
clerk
don't
for
even know
10
you
years.
exist.
The reason why you're still there is because you have refused to be a problem solver. You've refused to get up and learn new skills that will help you grow and move it to the next level. So benefits of being a problem solver: it gets you promotion, it helps you learn new skills. Like she said, what did you say again?
I said when you solve a problem,
It makes you get favor
it makes
from
you
God.
get favor from
Yes.
God and from men too.
Good. And solving problem also makes you relevant. Relevant in your organization, relevant in school, relevant everywhere.
You become a reference point.
Yes. Now, whenever companies want to downsize, oh, the company is so much, I need to
Just-
downsize. Your name can never be there.
Enlisted, no way.
Because you are solving problems.
That's so
But
important.
whenever the company says, oh, due to the economic situation, we
Not
want
to-
to cut the staff down.
You'll
My
be shaking.
enemy, 7 days dry fasting and prayer. It will not work. It won't work. Why? Because
you're not solving any
you're
problem.
not solving any problem. So
So
you're
you're
not
not
waste
useful.
of space in
Yeah.
the office and waste of money. How can you be paying someone that's not solving,
not solving any problem.
particular problem? If you like, do 100 days dry fasting. Your name will be number
Let them
one.
lay legs and
If you
hands
don't
on you.
learn how to solve problems,
If you like, let them lay hands and legs, both hands and leg on you. Pour the old oil.
it
On
will
you,
not
it will
help.
not
If
work.
you like, drink 10 gallons of olive oil. If you don't learn how to solve problems, your name will be number one. But I know you'll go and solve problems, so
No.
our name will not be there in Jesus' name.
Amen. Now that you know, I know that you will go and start solving problems.
Yes.
Go and look for that problem in your office. Don't complain about it. You know that you can see it means you can solve it. God may be actually opening your eyes to solving that problem. That's why you can see that lapses. So why don't you just go and solve problem and you'll be promoted like she said.
Okay.
And we have so many other things.
Yes.
Of course, the benefit of solving problem is so many.
Yes.
So many. You have more money.
More money.
Honestly, you have more money.
More cash. Money,
You're-
money, money.
like you said, when you're promoted, your financial promotion also
Of
comes.
course,
Mm,
yes. You
it
can't be
comes with-
promoted from
yes.
a clerk to a manager. Your
salary is not
will be
added.
the same.
Of
Yes.
course, it can't be the same. So when you are a problem solver, you have more money. Financially, you go up. You really go up because that same salary you're receiving as a clerk, it's not the same salary you receive as a manager.
As a manager. Okay,
Yeah.
I think we should move ahead to steps on how to solve problems.
Okay.
Now, first of all, I want to talk about if you want to become a problem solver. We were talking about how do I become a problem solver now? Let me make money. Let me get favor.
Let me be promoted.
So let me be promoted. Sit down in your office and
look around.
Oh my Jay. Sometimes I can be a comic character. Oh my me.
It's really good. That's why it's a blend of education and entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, identify the problem. Go and look for a problem. You are in the office. What is the problem you guys usually have in that office? In your environment, what problem am I having in this environment? Okay?
Okay.
In your school, what problem as a teacher? What problem do we have in this school? What problem do we have in this classroom? Amongst these particular children, what problem are we having here? In your worship place, what problem do I have here? What kind of problem do I solve that will make me money, that will make money? Now, you find out that there are so many problems that can be solved. There are so many problems out there. People see problems and they run away from it. Rather, you should see problems and run to that problem.
See the opportunity.
Because if you're able to identify a problem and you solve that problem, you have already you'll be established. Let me use myself as an instance. Now you have a lot of people out there, they want to write the IELT exams, the TOEFL exams. Probably people want to speak so well and they can't do that. Now, especially in this part of the country, okay? Especially in the part of the country. So and what I'm trying to say is the problem, depending on the environment you find yourself in. My kind of the problem I'm solving now might not really move well. It won't move well. It won't move well if I go to the UK.
Yeah, because they already
because this is their language. But it's moving well here for me because here in Nigeria we speak very wonderful English. Okay, so and you find that so many people want to be recognized internationally and they can't do that if they can speak properly. So I'm helping them, solving a problem, teaching them how to speak properly. And when you come to the IELT exams to fill, you can't school abroad if you don't have this. You find out millions of people, even traveling out, millions of people are eager. They go for these exams and they fail. So they want to pass. You go online, you see a lot of people, hey,
Yes, how do I
I've
do
written
this?
it all. Hey, baby, oh, yeah. And they pay a lot of money. Yes, just one of the exams is almost 80 something, 70 something, yes,
Whoa.
1,000. So imagine spending so much and
then you fail.
you don't pass.
So
Okay,
you need to pay that amount again.
Yes. What kind of problem do you have in your environment? So identifying the problem is number one. Okay. Now number two.
Number two, you think or figure out an alternative.
Yes.
What is the other way of doing it? I think alternative, to me, I see it other way.
Yes.
What is the other way of doing that thing that has not been given the desired result? And now, before I dwell on that, I think I will say something because of what you just said. In the marketplace, you find out that there is a whole lot of problems. You go to the market and then you're coming out, you ask, how was your experience? You hear them telling you, my dear, even with my money in my pocket, see the way this woman spoke to me. Just for you to ask me, welcome, how do I help you? Say,
No, you're even doing
with
well.
your market, with your money.
Madam, how much is this fish? It's 450. Madam, is it not 20 naira?
If you don't want to buy, go.
Go. I'm not
You
telling
can see that's the customer relation problem.
Yes.
And then you see somebody that is able to understand and has studied this environment and has figured another way of doing that is selling, and they say it's just.
It's just, yeah. Because the person learned how to be nice, learned how to relate with the
people,
customers. Others are so rude, but he's so nice and even slashes the money. Even when you say, oh, guys, it's not 50 naira, he will laugh.
You can take it with a smile.
50 naira, no, now, you know that. But not, okay, go. I know they
50
sell
naira,
again.
go.
I know they sell again.
Go try another place, and then tomorrow you come for prayers. No, now you need to sit down and study the environment, like she said, and then be able to, when you figure that problem out, look for another means to solve it.
Yes.
So we're trying to balance it. She has talked about this, the work environment, the school, the family. Now the market is so important because we see a whole lot of characters put up in the marketplace.
Yes.
Go to that place. I'm telling you, as you're coming out, you will not want to go back. But then, please, market people, try and solve that problem of customer service relationship. You need to smile. You need to receive your customers because he or she is a king. Because the money is in the pocket. If she decide not to buy, you will not be there.
Something.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 kobo out of 1 million is no longer 1 million.
It's not, of course.
So no matter
When
how
it's 99
small,
naira, it's not 100 naira.
Yeah,
because
no
1
matter how
naira is
small.
missing. Okay, so the next
next.
is figure out the other way of doing that thing. What is the alternative way of doing that problem that you have figured out? Okay, this is the problem. How do I solve it? How do I go about this? What do I do in order for us to come out of this problem?
Okay,
that's the next
I
one.
want to add that also you need to find out the cause of that problem.
Exactly.
Because if you don't know the cause of something, you can't change the cause. You can't change the problem itself. What makes this problem this problem? All right. So because you know you want to change. Okay, we're using this market thing now. Why is this market woman in shop B not selling well? And she calls out, I need to find out why my market is not selling well. She has to find out that the root of her problem is her mouth.
Exactly.
Yes, she has very rotten mouth.
She has fine goods, quality goods, but her mouth is an limitation.
So she has to identify that it's her mouth, sit down, consciously change that attitude, and that problem will be solved. So identify the problem, find out the source of the problem, and also think of possible solution. Okay, you said that. Think of possible solution. If possible, test run it. Okay, experiment it. Now, experiment, as I say, experience is the best teacher. Now, you have nothing to lose. You have, okay, I have this problem now, and you can list out 5 different alternatives to solve this problem. 5 different ways you think this problem can be solved. So what do you do? Test run it. Experiment. Okay, week 1 I'm going to experiment this number 1, and I'm going to experiment number 2 week 2. I'm going to experiment. Then at the end of the day you should analyze everything and find out which one gave you more results.
like we're using the market thing.
Yes.
Now, if you want to experiment it, you have found out that this is your mouth. Your mouth is your problem. Why you're not selling? Then when you come back the next day, you're willing to change. You come back the next day, you try smiling, and then when that customer comes, you say, "Oh, welcome, good morning."
You know, some people it's not just the mouth.
Yeah.
Some people their face, they keep their face
Honestly, it's not welcoming.
Like they are the lion of the tribe of their shop.
Of their shop. Thank you. The face is not
How will you be
welcoming.
squeezing your face like this and you expect somebody to come to you? Squeezing your face, yeah. You should smile. Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's this shop in front of Salvation Ministries headquarters here. You know, the two young men that always sell
Exactly.
them.
Oh my goodness.
Those guys, I love them so much.
I'm telling you,
because
they'll
they
tell
say
you how best.
you're welcome to what's the name of the shop again?
Welcome to. I forgot to know.
Okay, I won't mention the name, but the shop is just in front.
They will pay
have
for
these
the advert.
There's young men, the two of them. They keep on
Honestly.
smiling every time they say, "Welcome to our shop." What do you want? Do you want this? You want that? If I want to spend 100 naira,
You spend
they end up making
500 naira.
I'm telling you. So, oh man, you
And
don't
they
want
will
this
tell-
sweet? Take this water.
They'll tell
too.
you how good it is.
Oh man, this biscuit just came out.
I'm
I
telling
believe you will like it. Those young boys,
Those guys. I'm sure they are watching.
I'm sure they're watching. So you put a smile on that pretty face of
Exactly.
yours. You don't squeeze your face. You had a quarrel with your husband, and so what?
Put
When you're
it
going out,
behind you.
put it behind. When you get home, don't worry, we'll sort it out. Got me and you when I come back. But for now, let me go
Let me
and sell.
face my business.
Yes,
Yes.
you smile and welcome people. Not treating your face like only you farted, only you smelling it. Only you, you fart, and only you perceiving it there.
Honestly, you just need to experiment it.
Yeah.
When you figure out the problem, experiment. And when it works, you take it.
Okay.
Review
and
it.
finally, apply
Yeah.
the necessary method to solve the problem. Okay. So when you apply the necessary method and you find out that this is the best one, you apply it, and definitely you will get the solution
Yeah.
to your problem. Okay, we had so much fun today. Did you?
Honestly, oh my God.
You've
I
seen
can't
how
stop laughing.
you've seen how Thursdays are Thursday,
I'm
right?
telling you,
Yes,
tested.
Thursdays
I've
are really
tested
very
with
tasty.
Hannah. I'm testing you.
Oh,
now.
okay.
And I'm telling you, it's fun.
All right.
Sally, thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching Tasty Thursday, and I'm sure you were blessed, and I know you'll start experimenting all you've learned today. Okay. So I remain Vivian Unebu.
And I'm Ekpawaji Ineme. It's so good to be with you today.
All
Thank
right.
you for
Have a
watching.
blessed day.